So let's see here. What is the tab? Oh, there it is. Oh, and I can turn my video on too. It uses a lot more bandwidth to turn on video, but it works. Can you hear me? And can I hear you?
I can hear you and see you. Well, there's
Oh,
something in front now. I can,
oops,
yes.
that's my hand. Okay. This seems to work better than Zoom did, doesn't it? Does it seem to work better for you than Zoom did?
Yeah, it seems to. Let's see.
Let's both turn off our camera.
Okay.
That will allow it to use less bandwidth.
Okay.
Recording is on.
I am recording using Jitsi. You can find Jitsi at jitsi.org, jitsi.org. We have been using it as an alternative to Zoom because Jitsi seems to send less over the air than Zoom does. And so myself and others who are very extremely affected by the effects of EMF, it's a difference. It's a very helpful difference. We're not sure how well recording works, but we're about to find out. We've been discussing food forestry. We've been discussing different kinds of gardening, how it can be made most accessible where it is most needed. I have a lot of thoughts about the activities going on in intuitive community environments and how we go about communicating about that to others when a most primary factor of how intuitive public radio has come about has been because of specific, purposeful prevention of communications functions. And so, I mean, as we do all of this, we're repairing our communications functions. And we're going to talk a lot more about how do we make learning environments that are informed by, that are supported by resilient communications conduits, so that we know that communications are occurring, because if they are stopped, it also stops our learning. And so one of the practices that we engage in on a day-to-day basis is what is our goal? What can we believe in order to manifest it? And what are the communications that are necessary to achieve it? It's not just about words that we exchange together. That's not just about I'm speaking words and you're hearing words. It's also about your body is receiving signals from the way that my body moves. But that's just a digital interaction that we are having. When you are part of an environment, you have constant communications going on between you and the EMF, between you and the trees, between you and the breeze, between you and the manufactured materials that may be part of your living space. Your bodies are in communication all the time. Your individual body and your greater collective body that you share with others. Our bodies are in communication all of the time in all of these ways that we have been taught not to recognize. And the effects of that are astonishing. And so we have to have different kinds of conversations in order to succeed in the midst of such things. And part of our most nourishing regenerative focus for this is about gardens growing, and relationships with green growing things, and the ways that natural living environments heal us and facilitate vocational recovery for everybody, every body. So Jitsi seems to record from the web browser just fine, although I'm not totally sure about the mobile device situation. Mobile devices may possibly need, what are we talking about here? Oh, this is on. Okay, extra EMF for me. I don't think that Jitsi requires you to use the mobile app, but I might be wrong. Launch in web, I believe, is the option that we're looking for. And then we're going to have a whole additional wonderful conversation, which Jitsi is facilitating. Thank you, Jitsi, for being, while newer, while currently not as familiar, better option than Zoom. Really looks like that's the situation. So we are currently recording at meet.jit.c, meet.jit.si/Intuitive Public Radio. And anyone can join us here. If I were to leave a message somewhere that we are recording here right now, you could click on it, you could load it in your web browser, you could appear on camera here with us, and we're going to check out what is the quality of the video recording. I had some mixed experiences with that the last time I tried, and we've got some troubleshooting to do. This is going to be very interesting. So what do we do when a mobile device says in the browser, the meeting needs to use your microphone and camera? Select allow when your browser asks for permission. Oh, I see. If this is DuckDuckGo, it may not work. If it's in the Chrome browser on Android, it may work. Oh, hey, here we go. We might have gotten it working. I just left a message on Telegram at the same time as I recorded it here. It looks like Mara has been able to join us, and the technology is still sorting itself out. I've been recording for about 8 minutes, practicing my pattern rhetoric. I have pattern rhetoric. That's really different from being trapped in a bed, unable to express oneself or communicate. Let's see what can help us get this working. See you there. That's the next step. Is my volume on? Yes, my volume's on. There's a private message function. I have never tried the private message function. How does that even work? Send private message. This is a test of sending a private message. So all of these different technological explorations that we've been engaging in have a different kind of purpose than many people realize if they haven't had to depend on those functions in life-threatening situations. The tech infrastructure that we are building with Intuitive Public Radio is infrastructure that serves as not only disability aid network infrastructure, but disability recovery aid infrastructure. So first we recover our communications facility. And once we've recovered better communications, oh, what is this? This is very interesting. Then we have opportunities to, oh, let's see. We don't know how to turn the mic on. How do we turn the mic on? I might be able to, let's see. I'm going to try to join from my phone, which is broken, which could still work. Let's see. This is such an interesting way of recording a broadcast. I'm excited about all of the things that we are learning. Once we facilitate communications capacity, then we have a whole different landscape. If we don't realize that we have to facilitate communications capacity, then we have problems. Okay, Max phone. Join meeting.
Recording is on.
Whoa.
And I have to turn the volume
Totally off. Isn't technology exciting?
Hello?
Hello. We're having some fascinating tech experiences, aren't we?
Oh, yes. It's
I don't know. I'm still. I'm
know if
just
it's
sort
just
of.
me, not understanding what I'm supposed to do.
Oh no, the tech is bad. All of the tech is bad. So we have been given tech that presents itself as useful, but is actually kind of a secret disability aid to the secret disablement of our environment. So we think that it's our own fault when the tech doesn't work. It's not true. It's been built to disable us and make us think it's helping us and that it's our own problem if it doesn't function. That's a trick. It's a trick. And I used to work with those people. So I know a lot more about it than I have really generally been able to express. I'm sorry about the frustration that you've been experiencing.
It's okay. I made it.
Oy. So we've been talking about food forests and things, but I'm sort of like looking for, like, is there a simple little entry point into the discussion where we can just record for a few minutes? Because I don't want to monopolize your morning. How many minutes would you say you have right now?
I'd say maybe 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. You want to record for 10 minutes on the phone like this?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do this, because I still have the recorder going on Jitsi, and I want to know how it works, which is why I've continued to keep talking through all of this. Although, would you tell me, when you signed off of Jitsi, and then I called you, when you signed off of Jitsi, were you getting a terrible echo because I joined the conversation with my phone in addition to the computer?
No, I didn't hear it echo.
Okay. Were you able to tell that both of me was there?
Two, yes, there were two.
Okay. Then you could hear me?
I could hear you.
Could you hear both of me? Like, was there even a little bit of a...
I didn't notice.
Huh.
I was kind of just more wondering how I could get on there. Like, I was saying, okay, that wasn't it. And then, I wasn't really paying attention to.
So what happened was, did you hear the terrible whistle noise? I'll probably have to edit that out. It might be bad. When I didn't have the volume turned on, if you have two devices and you have the volume and the microphone turned on both of them, it goes, and it like makes this terrible screechy sound. Did you hear that?
I didn't have my headphones on.
Good.
So I didn't hear any of that.
I'm sorry about that, but I guess I don't have to worry about it now. I just got to edit it out if I'm going to use the recording. Anyway, we're on the subject of food forests and Walipinis. We've been talking about Walipinis on Make Peace Life School. So for everybody who has not found it yet, we hope to mention it really frequently. Make Peace Life School on Telegram Messenger should be findable through search on Telegram Messenger, but anyone who wants to visit it can view it publicly on the web by typing t.me/Make Peace Life School. There's a little link that says see in context, message in context. And you can view the whole channel so you can see what we've been posting. I believe you can listen to audio messages on that web portal. I don't think you can watch videos, but pictures show up, and I think audio shows up, and text definitely does. So people can kind of view it even when they're not able to use Telegram at this time. And we've been talking about Walipinis and the research that we've been doing about Walipinis. And the word is escaping me right at this moment. The dome. Do you remember the word? What's the other thing that we were looking at? Hexagonal. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, geodesic domes.
Geodesic domes. Thank you. The thing that I enjoyed a lot was that I'll try to explain this. My neurology had these separate locations of neurology operating, but they weren't bridged together. I had geodesic domes over here, and I had Walipinis over here. And I was like, but how does this connect for Mara? I don't really know how this connects for Mara. And I asked some question. I think I just asked, like, when did you start thinking about Walipinis? When did you want to build a Walipini? And you brought the geodesic dome into the conversation right away, because that was part of the conversation you were in at that time. And it bridged the neurological functions in my brain, which is really exciting for me.
Excited for me too. I mean, just imagining it, it's like, it's so easy because it's all just right there,
So it's a difference. The Walipini is sunken into the ground. That's the point of a Walipini, but it doesn't, I mean, it's different according to, depending on the Walipini. Do I understand that right?
Yes, I believe they're basically, just a hole in the ground. All the ones I've seen have been like rectangular, but it could be a round hole.
So could it be like a geodesic dome that's sunken for more warmth?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's very interesting to me. It was like, I actually think that a lot of where my brain has trouble with conversations like this is that building things is something that experts do, but regular people don't know enough about. And you shouldn't mess with subjects you don't know anything about. And you shouldn't verbalize what you're thinking about it, because you might be wrong and somebody might get mad at you. But we have all been having to learn so much about learning together, how we support learning together. We can't support learning together if we have a kind of cult of expertise that says that, well, somebody you can't reach knows how to do this, but you can't reach them. They're not available to talk to you. They know the science, but you don't. And you shouldn't try to do the science yourself. And that's a really scary kind of determination, because what it means is that severely disabled and severely affected survivors of the worst kinds of intersectional violence think they're not allowed to invent the solutions that are necessary. And so my brain's been a little afraid to think that a geodesic dome and a Walipini could possibly be the same thing, but it sounds like they can. And that's really exciting.
Yes. Well, you talk about neurodivergence just then, and believe people that can see things differently.
Yeah.
And relate to, everything that you said, but I'm kind of used to it by now. Almost half a century old. So I was just thinking about this, and it just really came to me because I'm pretty open to ideas, and I'd like to do this. I mean, all we need is a couple of things, some people, to do the work. I mean, we can do it.
Yeah.
If we just need the equipment and, some hands.
So, like, part of it is that if we don't even feel safe to ideate about it, to engage in our own inherent scientific process about something,
yes.
We never find out how easy it is.
Yeah. Well, we haven't been taught to trust ourselves. We go every day for 12 years to a place that says you think this.
And you were a school teacher. You're a much better kind of school teacher now. And as far as I'm concerned, I never had the privilege of experiencing your school teacherness before, But I know that my interactions with you now really root for me what is an honorable learning environment. How do we learn together when we are dedicated to respecting one another? And I started talking with you on Telegram when there were periods of time where I had no one else to talk with at all. I don't know how much you remember this. So I'm wanting to share this for other people to understand. And I'm wanting to remind you of it too, because we haven't talked about it in a while. The way that you center values that school teachers in systems are generally taught, like they're trained, they're influenced not to ensure honorable discourse as part of learning environments. And you always did from the beginning of our conversations, even when we weren't in an official learning environment together, or, because our one-on-one conversations and private group conversations are part of the infrastructure being built in the network. So every individual conversation might already be that infrastructure and we don't know it. But I was in a state of such extreme neurological damage. I had very, very restricted functions. I had to have people around me who cared about my well-being as part of our communications, and you did. And that apparently has been a very, very difficult thing for people to engage with. And so when survivors are able to find others to talk with and work with and collaborate with and dream with and create solutions with, we get to find out how easy it is to solve all of these terrible problems, these nightmares, this apocalypse. We actually can address it really effectively when we restore communications. And you really helped me with that in ways that no one else could at the time. And it's really important that we recognize it.
Well, gosh. Yeah, same. I mean, it takes all of us. It takes all of us. And a lot of us have been ignored and silenced and all the things. So I recognize the genius when I see a child. Like, I'm just in awe, and I have been since I started teaching. Listening to children, nurturing their dreams. Like, oh my gosh. Like, just think of that potential for the world. All children.
All children, all families, and
yes.
all people affected so greatly by hardship and by intersectional disablement that adults are when our neurology is destroyed, we are brought back to child states. Maybe not all of our experience is brought back to a child state, but different parts. And that can increase to the place where an adult is a child. And it's not that the adult is pretending to be a child or that the adult is incompetent. The adult is legitimately in a state of neurological basicness that requires a caring environment to build from. And that's where kids are, but many people don't recognize that many adults are in exactly the same place. So we must have true, caring, accessible, inclusive learning resources where we co-create together, where we have self-led learning structures. And you are a genius in that regard, as far as I am concerned. The conversations that you have brought to me that I didn't expect have been so healing, because those components did not exist anywhere else in my world. And I required that to recover, to repair my neurology and my physical body. That's amazing.
Yes, and just to give hope, like that's not nothing. Like that's the main thing, I think.
I agree. So I know that we have a small amount of time to record together this morning, and I don't have any sense of how long we've been recording, but it is getting close to the hour. So
Okay.
I want to sort of wrap up in the easiest way so that this recording can be successful, because we're really closing the gap with how we broadcast. Previously, it would take really, really, really long periods of time for us to get the thing we recorded for live broadcast actually to the public media for the live broadcast. So like might be months or years. And now we've got it down to some weeks. And then today I've been doing recordings that my intention is to put on public platforms for broadcast today. So this is live for me, and I'm hoping that it's sort of almost live for others. Also, thank you for working on it with me. I can basically stop the recording anytime. Do you have any final thoughts before we close, and then we'll revisit this over the next few days?
Yeah, I just want people to think about the possibilities. Just, with food forests and caring environments for children and families, and learning how to live together in peace, with everybody having their needs met. I mean, people say it's not possible. They say peace isn't possible. Well, I say, not with that attitude. So,
I believe in you.
Jesus, yeah.
Thank you for believing in me.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I believe in you. You have brought a lot of possibilities into my universe. Thank you for believing in me.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for being here. I mean, same.
So I will let you get on to your next steps for your day. We're trying to record together for Make Peace Life School pretty much every morning. Some mornings we won't do it, but I'm aiming for it every morning. And Mara is aiming for it every morning. And so we're getting better at this. So I hope that everyone will follow along. t.me/Make Peace Life School and t.me/Intuitive Public Radio. You can reach us through comments at either of those locations. You can also email me at max@intuitive.pub and reach out to me on Telegram Messenger at Max Morris. That's my handle on Telegram. Mara, thank you for recording with me with all of the challenges we've been navigating this morning. And I hope your day goes great. I'm looking forward to talking again soon.
Okay, yes, thank you. It was great. It was fun.
See you later. Have a great time.
Okay. You too. Bye-bye.
Oh, we did it. And this is still recording. How long has it been recording for? I'm not sure. Because of the tech stuff that we had in the midst of it, my sense of timing completely went away so that I could continue communicating with my mouth and my words and my face. We're doing great. Thanks for tuning in. Let's stop the recording and see how effectively and efficiently I can publish the great broadcast that we just made.